Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. What I want to talk about is weighing out the risk to a desired outcome, and how I figure it. I'll put it that way. And the thing is, to start with, I have some ground rules that I guide my life on. And what it would be is, we talk about God, we the people, and the Constitution. And there's a policeman. And that's basically how simple my life is. I figure out these are the three things that I have to work with. Anything other than that, they kind of play a back seat. It's no big deal. Those pretty much give me everything that I need to put on the scales. Okay, now, so in other words, one of the things that I don't deal with is insurance. A lot of people think insurance gives them a guarantee. And like I say, I've been self-employed all my life. And I've learned to deal with what I have to work with. And in other words, if you're going to put $10,000 into your business, it'd be nice to have a guarantee. Or if you're going to put $1 million into your business, you would like a guarantee. And that's in business, that's a lot of times when they get the insurance. Now, I've had to make adjustments in my life to get around the insurance thing. Because why do you want the insurance? One reason is you're looking for a way to guarantee prosperity. And the thing is, what's making your prosperity puts it in danger. And when it comes to insurance, it'll be like you want to insure your building, your business, your equipment, stuff like that. So you want insurance on it. So if it catches on fire, you have to do stuff like that. Yeah, that's why you have insurance. Or like here, farmers, ranchers, they get insurance. So if it catches on fire, floods, or whatever, they're insured to have good profits. For me, and another thing is liability. They're always worried somebody's going to sue. And like I say, I was in the oil business when I was about 29 to 35, 36 years old. And what I learned on that, all the money that I made a lot of money. And I had to have insurance to protect myself from liability. I had, like I say, because I was making so much money, everybody wanted to sue me. So employees wanted to sue me, so I have to protect myself from employees. Something from the oil wells will blow up. I got to protect myself from that. All these things, So I had insurance. And then what it ended up, the government came in and started regulation, stuff like that. And it put all the small oil producers like me out of business. And so the time that I was in, I didn't go bankrupt, but I lost everything. But everyone, the ones that made money in that was the ones that were selling insurance to people like me. And so then that's when I realized I'm going to have to change my life around to get away from this liability kind of thing. And what what I say, $10,000 or $1 million worth of stuff, you're going to have to get some kind of guarantees. What I ended up doing is I went back into the restaurant business, and I rented. Before, I used to own my own restaurants, own the building, own the equipment, own everything. When I came out of the oil business, I started leasing it, or really renting it. I just rented it, so I didn't have 5-year leases, stuff like that. But that's a whole nother video. And I have videos on that. But anyway, what I learned was I don't want to get into a system that the system is meant to screw me over. So that's why insurance is a scam, and they're protecting themselves. They're no different than a politician. Talk about that. They kind of work together, politicians and insurance companies. And why? Because they're all involved with lawyers. So, and that's why the last lawyer I had too was in the oil business. They were supposed to protect me. They didn't protect me. They protect themselves. Insurance companies protect themselves. Politicians protect themselves. Lawyers protect themselves. As me being their client, they don't give a shit. As long as they make money and they're protected. So they're looking for their guarantees. So I learned I don't play that game. So the way I set it up is, like I say, the equipment, I rent my business and it had equipment already in there. I had to add more equipment to it. I had to maintain it and stuff like that. But that's part of doing business. I can do that. But part of doing business isn't the, what do they call that? When somebody threatens your business, or they're going to kill you or kill your family, kidnap your family, extortion. And I don't put up with that extortion shit. I don't care if it comes from what I just mentioned or the government, law enforcement. I don't put up with none of that shit. But I've had to learn how to get away from that stuff. So that's where I had to make changes. How do I get the prosperity without guarantees? I've learned that's where you hear me talk about personal responsibility. It's surprising what personal responsibility will conquer. And so like I say, morals and personal responsibilities, you can do a lot. And I'm a good example of it. But like I say, none of this is what I was taught in any kind of anything. Even my own family, they've owned restaurants and stuff like that. My cousin, he had the convenience store, and I shot the guy in his convenience store. These people, I don't know how much money they have spent in extortion from all these different everything, mostly government identities of some type, or insurance companies, or some threats. They get scared of the threats. I don't. What I do is I prepare. I see what the threat is, and then I prepare to defeat that threat, whatever it is. And if it's financial, instead of $1 million business, I'll do a business that I can afford. Same thing with oil business. I had loans. I don't borrow money. If I don't have money, I don't play. If I don't have money, I go home. Like right now, I'm going to Omaha. I'm expecting to make money. If I'm going there to lose money, I'm not going to go. Okay, so that's silly. So the idea is to make money. So I've already done my risks. And so then that's when I say, well, I can put in so much money and I'll be able to profit from it. But I live my life like that, and I'm surprised how many people don't. I'm surprised how many people look for risks. A good example again is insurance. If you have hospital insurance, like I say, we had hospital insurance at one time, and what happened is when you go to the doctor or you get sick or whatever, do you have insurance? And you tell them yes, and then they find out it's good insurance. Well, then they keep running tests on you. They keep you in the hospital longer. They do all this stuff to squeeze more money out of the insurance company. So, and then your rates go up. So that's why I decided, well, I stopped the health insurance. I stopped it when it was $400 a month. And when it got to that, I said, well, instead of giving the insurance company the money, I'll just buy $400 worth of gold and silver every month. And that's when it really started. My gold and silver stash really went up with that when I went through that. But, and then, but like I say, the insurance, your money's going in and it doesn't come out. If you use personal responsibility, you won't need the insurance. You know, I mean, you just have to figure out how all this stuff works. I wish I could tell you, but it's all on an individual basis. And you talk to other people and you find out what they did, how they did it, and this type of stuff. And one thing, the easy part, I'll tell you this much on liability. I told you I'm homeless. Okay, I'm homeless. I don't have any money. So you're not going to find a lawyer that's going to represent you to sue me. You know what I mean? So unless you want my old car here, that's the only thing I have, this old car. And I say I've learned you only own things that are on record, such as this has got a title to it, or a house would have a title. There's paperwork on all this stuff. When you have this stuff, it all can be taken away from you. It didn't take me long to figure that out. When I was in the oil business, they took everything that had paperwork on. It was ugly, and I didn't even go bankrupt. And so I'm saying this stuff really happens. But if I can appear I don't have anything, then a lawyer will stay away from me. If the lawyer's going to stay away from me, well, then most of your battle is behind you. And then, like I say, health insurance, I do natural healing. So, in other words, I had to learn how to heal, how not to get sick, how to take care of myself. So then that $400 a month just continues to grow, the gold and silver. And then my worth keeps growing. Instead of when you're paying the insurance companies, your worth drops. So this is just one way of doing this. But like I say, what you do, you figure out what the threat is. You figure out what can you do to stop this threat. And then you do everything that you can do. You can't do everything, but you can do a lot. And then after you've done it, that's where God comes in. If God knows that I've done all I can do, I have faith that He'll take care of me. He'll take the stuff that I missed. And then now, once I start making some money, then I might have to up something or do something. You know, I mean, God won't let me drive around on a junk car. If you remember, saw me drive around in Mexico, I drove old junk cars in case I had to leave it. Well, now God won't let me drive old junk cars here in the United States, so I had to get a better car. But this is what I'm saying. You do all you can, and then you know you've done it, and then you let God cover what you missed. And be ready, ask questions, talk from others, and then you'll find out other things you can do to decrease the risk. And then, so there's enough risk. There's risk in my life. You've seen my videos. There's a lot of risk. I go through a lot of risk in my life. But like I say, it's manageable risk. And I am not scared of the stuff that's going to happen. Because like I say, I've done the best I can. This is Mike. NoStressMike.com.